Gentlemen, boys and girls, to all the fans of Eplan, welcome to every Friday with Eplan Tip Magic Begins to raise the standard. Today's topic is related to translation. Especially, I found that whenever we come across the numeric values, but text remains same, only the voltage levels as it changes, how exactly we need to work on Eplan translation. So that is something which we have to be aware on those lines. So let us see that how exactly we need to work on those lines, and also we'll quickly see for Eplan translation what all the things we should be aware. So yeah, definitely we should know the settings, where is a dictionary, how to get it and how to translate that. And after that, if I have any word, I can also do manually, and if I required, how do I export it? Missing word list, and once I export it into a notepad, and if I add those texts back and take it back into ePlan, whether it changes, all those things we can witness. So without delay, what we do it is we'll just jump to ePlan. So this is a place which I was talking about. So the first thing you have to remember is when you go to the file, if you go to the setting, so this is before you get to actual project, first you check in the user. So when you go to the dictionary, this is something which you should be very important, that this particular dictionary, when you select any particular dictionary, so here you will see the languages. Okay. So for example, if I select something else, just to show you, see in this particular DB, I don't have any languages. That's why it is not showing any languages. So generally when you select that particular one, you will be having it in this fashion. And I also suggest you that this particular file, whatever is there, you also keep a spare of it. Tomorrow, if you make any mistake in that particular one, so create that as a backup for you. Anytime we can just go back to the translate and have it. Okay, so that is very important. So once you have this particular one, then we can jump to the project related translation. So here, if you go there, it's under project. You're working on which project, what is the project name, under the translation, and here we will have a control on the general. So right now in the extent, I can decide to which all the ones I want to modify, and you will have all these things already available. And here I'm more interested in the free text part. Okay. So anytime if you feel that I need more information on the translation, it is readily available in our Eplan Cloud. If you log in into Eplan Cloud, okay, so you can find this video is readily available. Okay, so if you log in into that, I'll also try to put that link so that you can also log in. So here it is explaining introduction to Eplan translation, database, dictionary. So these all are readily available in our Eplan Cloud under e-learning. So these also you can utilize to have a detailed understanding how exactly it works for you. Okay, so that also I'll share that link in that same place also for you to get an idea on that. So for us, this is the most important. So if you need a display language, right now I have only one language. Okay, so that is English. So I need a one more language, means I can use that language also. Okay, sometimes you might see your dictionary and library and all those things will be in German. Why? Because the source language they would have set in which language, based on that one only your symbol library and many other things will look into that. So if you have equivalent of that, then if you change it to English, yes, it will turn to English there. Okay, so right now I need a display. If there is a missing, how do I find out? For missing, I'm using this option. What is that? Question mark, and here I'm saying please display, so that I know that that particular language is not translated. And here generally we prefer to go with entire entry, because word by word if you do it, it will have challenges. And so yeah, match cases also we are just removing it, and here we go, we will add German. So I'll say apply, and after that I'll say click OK. So what I do when I click translate, it will happen. So if I go there, if I select the project entire translate, it will happen. But I also want to see that by taking few words, so that you will get an idea that. So we will take an example of a drive design. Okay, we will take this example. So this already has this number. This is very good. So right now what I do it is, again I'll just press drive design, and I'll say that this time I'll take 230 volts. So I'll say click OK. See, for 230 also it was able to get it. So this is what we were expecting to have it. So how exactly it works, just to explain you that. So we also have a test input, and we also have something called edit dictionary. So if you go to edit dictionary, so where exactly, so if you want to know that what all the text is available and all those things, you can also go here. This is a edit dictionary. So when I click on this edit dictionary, any word which I'm looking for, normally it will go to management. Here I'm just switching to edit words, and I'm trying to hit a drive one. Okay, especially the drive, what I want to explain you, this is something very important. So always remember, this percentage is something is very important. This percentage is what will tell you that it can take it as a 24, or it can be 230, or it can be 400. So it can be different. That is what we normally call it as a percentage zero. So this represents that number. And after that, you will have volt and drive design, and that is how you will be able to take those informations. So right now, for example, let's see that do we have anything on the current, like CRAENT current. So right now I see it, I don't find anything on the current, right? So you don't have anything related to current. So let us take that example and try to see that will it translate. So I'll put CRNT current, and I want to say current 24 volt amps. So I'll put 24 amps current. Okay. So just to get a feel of it. So we will just try that so that we will get an idea that how it actually works. So we'll say 24 amps current. So we'll just place it, and we will take one more. We will take one more. Okay. So one we will take 24, just to some random numbers. I'm just taking it. After that I'll say 230 amps current, and after that I'll say 400 amps. So now I made this three ones. So again, if I want to translate for the entire project, select this. Always remember, in one shot we can do, that is called user translate. Always remember, for the entire project, by clicking whichever you have selected. So whether you want that page description to be changed, or what are the other things to be changed, all these things it will take into consideration. So you can see that. So now it didn't translate, means I don't have that in my dictionary. That's why it is showing me a question mark. Okay. So whereas if you see the other places, yes, see here I had this one, see automatically it got translated. So such things you will be able to see it. Wherever it's required, those translation will take care. Wherever it is not mentioned, those translation will not take care. Okay. Now we'll see that how exactly this has to be translated. So we'll select only this. So we don't want the entire big dictionary to get it. So that you will get to know what exactly happens. So if you select everything, and if you say missing word list, it can be done. Or if you want to do individually also, you can do it. But as I said earlier, if you are considering unit with that number, it will represent as, what is that it represents? Percentage zero. So this is the one which you have to remember. Now I'll show you how it will show that. See, now I selected it, and we have an option called export missing word list. So where exactly we have this option? If you go to tools, in the tools, if you go to export wording list. So what I do, I'll click on this, and after that I want to save it in my desktop. So what I do, I'll just mention this as 6. So I'm just storing it. Remember, it has two options, but I prefer to go with tab delimited Unicode text. So this is option which I prefer to go with, tab delimited Unicode text one. Okay. So in this you take an option. After that you say save. Now it will ask for which one you want. German one I'm interested, because English is already there. So I'll say click OK. Now what I do, I'll just go back here, and you see that this text is readily available. So if you want, that can be opened in Excel also, but let me just open in the Word format. So let me just again come back for this. So let me just open this in the Notepad. So I'll use Notepad++. So I'll click on this. Now you see that because I selected, there were three text, right? You can see 24 amps current, 230 amps current. Okay, I have made a mistake of writing the current spelling is also wrong. So let me just correct it. So later, maybe because of that only, I was not able to get it in that place, it seems like. Okay. So let me just see current. If I press correctly, did I had GRENT? Yeah, you have current, but only current, you are not able to find it. Okay. So let me just change this again, so that let me see that. Here also you should be careful. So please make sure that spellings, when you make something wrong, and if you make a translation of that, then after that, if you expect it, it's not a good idea to have it. So I'll click on translate. Yeah, still these all are not available. So let me just close this notepad. I'll go with that same one. So I'll select it, and I'll say export missing word list. So I'll say that replace on the same text. I'll say click yes. Yes, I'll be having it. I need a German one. Okay. So now if you go back there, then I can have this notepad here. So I say that notepad plus plus, so you can see that automatically it will give a number there. So this is what I was trying to tell. So that percentage zero with this is considering as a number, and this one is a unit for you. This percentage zero is what you will be finding as 24, okay, 240, and all those things you will be getting in this fashion. Now I need to do a translation. So first I can just find out what is current. but generally the current is readily available there. Otherwise, if you can want to translate here also, you can just find out English to German. Okay, but make sure if you are doing some technical, yeah, cross check and get that informations. Okay, but it is saying something, but I'll try to check in Eplan only. I think I might have current that information. Let's see that. Is it showing the same CRANT current distribution? Both together it is giving one single meaning. Okay. Okay. So in that case, you can see that current means maybe this is also, you can see that it is calculated current, but for us the German one is required. So this is the German one, right? Okay. So better we'll go with that value, that word, but I would say that always try to check. Okay. So I think it is giving these informations current. So let me just copy this. And now I'm just going back. So before you take any text change or anything, I suggest you cross check. Okay. So always go to the end of the text before. After that you press tab. Okay. Tab will be the space between them. See, if you see it here and if you click a tab, see that is a tab space it is taking. So undo. So I'm selecting the end of the text and I'm pressing tab. Now I'll say paste and you have to maintain the same thing. What is that? Percentage A. So I'm just placing it. So now here I can give a space on this. Now what I do, I'll just save this. So once I save this particular one, now I'll close this one. And after that, what I do, I'll go to dictionary. In the management, I'll have an option called import. So when I click on this import, again, I'm just keeping it to tab delimited Unicode text and the one which I modified it in the notepad. Remember, we used a tab space. So if you use some other space, the text may not be taken inside. So first end of the text, after that you press tab and then paste the German letter what you are looking in that fashion. So after that I selected and I'll say German one is required and I can click OK. So even if you want to check, you can check here by pressing current or anything. That word might will reflect there. So as you see it here, see percentage A current is already showing it. Okay, you can see it here. So other one is, even if I select the entire thing and if I click translate, so if I has a particular word, see automatically it will get translated. So when it comes to number, rating and all those things, please focus. So any number, it will use these two informations. What is that? So this you should not forget, percentage 0. So this will indicate that as a numeric. So if you can set these things properly, half of your problem will be resolved. Otherwise, you might be thinking, okay, I have to do it 24 current separately, this is separately and this is separately. No, that is not required. This percentage 0 will indicate with respect to number. Okay. And after that, whatever unit you are using, whether it is A, whether it is V, whether it is whatever hertz or whatever voltage, current, frequency, whatever you are using, that will come into the picture. Okay, so if you are doing it and as keep adding it, those things will be there in your dictionary. So whenever you use this particular one in any further projects, automatically it will try to translate for you. Okay, so this is how it works in particular Eplan. And before I go there also, I want to explain few more things. Like whenever you try any words like voltage or anything, okay, so generally what happens is, if you get the words like this, it is autocomplete kind of thing, means it has a translation, but here there is a no color change. This color change will indicate that whether it translated or not. So to get that, what you have to do, you have to click apply. When you click apply, you can see that, okay, there is a color change. When there is a color, this is showing with the light blue, means it has a translation. So if I want to find out also, I can use a test input or I can use this multilingual input. Here also I'll get to know that, okay, these all the words are readily available in this fashion. That's why when I select any particular word, you will be getting auto-translated in this fashion. You are getting it. So if somebody asks you that I want to see only German, I don't want English, that control is in your settings. So when you go to this particular place, if you show only German, if you don't want English, then if you delete English, then you will have only display. Means what does you want to display there? So as you click OK, so now if I select this and if I say translate, you see that you will be getting in this fashion. Correct, right? You will be seeing only the translation with German. So this is how it is controlled. So it all depends on how you want to control the display. And if something is not translated, this is something which you have to get familiar. So you have to put a question mark and you have to do a display there. Okay. So this is what we require to have it. So this is very important. Okay. And generally we go with entire entry only. So that is another one which you have to remember, and it is under the project. So this is where you have to be. So you have to go to project, which project you are working, translation. Each one of them or information, especially general, is very, very important. So in the general only we'll decide where exactly what we want to display in Eplan. So as you selected, so automatically it is showing, but always remember selecting the project and clicking translate will translate the entire project. So this is very important for us to have it. So anytime if you want to jump to dictionary, we have an option here, edit dictionary. This is for export missing word list. And if you want to test any input, yeah, you can always test here. So if you type any word and if the word is not coming, then you will have it. So as I said, if you just put right now current may not be available, but so it will have that value with that. So you can see that you will be having only current in this fashion. So that is another thing which you have to remember. So when I go to T C R E N T, okay, now I'm just putting the current one. So I'm just trying to say that. So now what happens is my selected, and if I click on translate, so because I didn't add any single word, okay, with the current logic, that's why I'm not able to get this translation done there. So always it is a big tricky kind of a thing. So always we use this segment with the entire entry part of it. Okay. But in our dictionary, we don't have anything called only current part was not there, right? So that's a reason, and it will always take upper according to the dictionary, and all those things will be there. So once you add that number, and that's why when you have something with this and something, so those as you add in your dictionary, those things will all be taken care. So you should be careful with your sentence, your words, what you're taking it, and those translations are very important for you to have it. So that's why that if you get idea on those lines, then that becomes easy for you to handle it in Eplan. That's why you will see that many times whenever you click on that particular one, you see there is a percentage zero separate, oh sorry, PLC with numbers when you have it. So you will be having it in this fashion. So motor you have, if there is any text, when there is a number, it will try to replicate that particular one. The way I showed you for you to have it. Okay. Hope you got a fair understanding. If there is a number, as I said earlier, it is a percentage. Zero is the one which will control. So that if you can handle it, I think the translation becomes easy for you to go ahead with that. Okay. So before I could say bye, so let me just jump here. Okay. So this I already said you that. Okay, missing word list also you understood how to do it. And if you know how to play with the Excel, yeah, the same word list you can take it into Excel. So after that you have to do all those ones. I think you remember, right? Maybe I'll just quickly show you. So what happens if you open Excel? Okay, so if you open Excel and after that you drag this particular word text, so it'll try to open in this fashion. And then I think you have to go to data, text to columns, you have to click, and yeah, so then I'll say next. So what you are using it here in this case, I think we are using tab. Okay, sorry, back, we missed fixed tab delimited. Okay, next. Okay, after that tab delimited, next. So general finish, if you just make it, I think it's already taking it. I need not do it. See, this I think we did it. That's why you are getting it. So once you pull that, I think that is able to understand. So you are getting it in this fashion. So here you enter all the data, then automatically it will be able to take it. Now, for example, I'll just make small modification. EIO if I take it. So I'll say save. So then if I go back and I'll go to the notepad plus to just to check what it is that it is trying to show me. So you can see that, see, automatically that change can be done. So in that you need not maintain the tab space. So that can be easily taken care by Excel also is possible to do it. So hope you got a fair understanding on that. So let me just jump there. So where do I jump? Yeah. So now you understood these things. So before I could say goodbye, please like to load more contents. Please comment to get quality output. Please share to reach maximum users. Don't forget, my name is Vishnuvardhan Reddy. Jai Hind. Have a nice day.